Welcome to my channel. Today, we're going back to one of the most iconic moments in sports history. The day Michael Jordan shocked the world with just two simple words, "I'm back." In March 1995, the basketball universe stopped. After nearly 2 years away from the NBA, chasing a dream in baseball, and stepping away from the game he dominated, Michael Jordan announced his return in the most Jordan way possible. No press conference, no long statement, just a short fax sent out on March 18th that read, "I'm back." The very next day, the Bulls were in Indianapolis to face the Indiana Pacers, and suddenly a routine regular season game turned into the biggest sporting event of the year. Cameras were flashing non-stop, reporters flooded the arena, and ticket prices exploded overnight. Even Bulls teammates like Steve Kerr joked that cameras were flashing in their direction, but not because of them. Everyone was there for one man. Jordan walked onto the court wearing number 45 instead of his iconic 23, a nod to his baseball days and his brother. It looked strange. It felt strange. And for the first time in a long time, Michael Jordan looked human. He was rusty. You could see the nerves. He missed shots he normally made in his sleep, finishing the game shooting just 7 for 28. He scored 19 points, grabbed rebounds, handed out assists, and played solid defense, but it wasn't the dominant Jordan fans were used to. Reggie Miller and the Pacers were fired up, and Indiana pulled off a 103-96 overtime win. But none of that really mattered, because Michael Jordan was back on an NBA court. The energy, the emotion, the sheer electricity of that moment reminded everyone why basketball had felt different without him. Teammates noticed it too. B.J. Armstrong later said it was the first time he had ever seen Jordan nervous before a game. Not afraid, just anxious. He cared that much. Jordan said afterward that returning wasn't about proving anything to anyone. It was about love. Love for the game, love for competition, love for that feeling only basketball could give him. He admitted he wasn't in basketball shape yet, but deep down, you could tell the fire was burning again. That single game in Indianapolis was only the beginning. Days later came clutch shots, then the legendary 55-point explosion at Madison Square Garden, and not long after that, Jordan reclaimed number 23, his throne, and eventually led the Bulls to a second historic three-peat, cementing his legacy as the greatest to ever play. What started with "I'm back" turned into one of the greatest comeback stories sports has ever seen. In the end, that night in Indiana wasn't about the box score or the final score. It was about a legend rediscovering himself, reconnecting with the game he loved, and reminding the world that when Michael Jordan steps on the court, history follows. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you in the next video.